Jai Hind children, welcome in your history class. In the previous class, we were studying about the second mass movement which was started by Gandhiji, and that was civil disobedience movement children. And why did Gandhiji suspended this movement children? Because he went into a pact with Lord Irwin. There was a pact which was signed between Gandhiji and Lord Irwin in the year 1931. There were various provisions of this pact children, and this pact came to be known as Gandhi-Irwin Pact, which was signed in 1931. So the main provisions of the Gandhi-Irwin Pact were as follows. Number one, Gandhiji, he would suspend the second mass movement, that was the civil disobedience movement. Then Gandhiji was ready to attend the second round table conference in London children. And third was, Lord Irwin will release all the political prisoners children. So this was a pact which was signed between Gandhiji and Lord Irwin. Let us see the topic on the screen children. Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Yes children, Mahatma Gandhi, he decided to call up the movement. He entered a pact with Lord Irwin, and this pact was signed on 5th March 1931. By this Gandhi-Irwin Pact, Gandhiji, he consented to participate in the second round table conference in London children, and the government agreed to release the political prisoners. And in December 1931, Gandhiji went to London for the conference, but the negotiations broke down and he returned disappointed. So when he came back to India, he discovered that the British government, they had begun a new cycle of repression. Ghaffar Khan and Jawaharlal Nehru, they were put in jail. The Congress had been declared illegal, and a series of measures had been imposed to prevent meetings, demonstrations and boycotts children. So with great apprehension, Mahatma Gandhi relaunched. He started the civil disobedience movement which was suspended by him in 1931. He again relaunched the civil disobedience movement. And for a year, the movement continued. But by 1934, it lost its momentum. Children, you have studied previously that the first mass movement which was started by Gandhiji was non-cooperation movement, and tribal groups, then Awadh peasants, then plantation workers, they joined Gandhiji's first mass movement, and that was non-cooperation movement, and they misinterpreted the word Swaraj in their own terms. Now we are going to see that and the different social groups that participated in the second mass movement which was started by Gandhiji, and that was civil disobedience movement. Why did they join the movement? What were their ideals and what did Swaraj mean to them? अब हम लोग देखेंगे कि कौन से डिफरेंट सोशल ग्रुप्स है जिन्होंने गांधी जी के सेकेंड मास मूवमेंट को ज्वाइन किया था, एंड दैट वाज सिविल डिसोबीडियंस मूवमेंट, और उन्होंने स्वराज का मतलब क्या निकाला था. सो द फर्स्ट ग्रुप we decided to join this movement was rich peasant communities children. So rich peasant communities, they wanted to join this movement, the civil disobedience movement, but they misinterpreted the meaning of Swaraj in their own terms children. They decided to join this movement because they wanted that Gandhiji should fight for them, and the revenue which they were paying to the Britishers, it should be reduced. So they were fighting for Swaraj against high revenue children. So for rich peasant communities, they decided to join the Gandhiji's movement, the second mass movement, that was civil disobedience movement. पर उनका मोटिव क्या था? उनके लिए स्वराज का क्या मतलब था कि जो रेवेन्यू रेट बहुत हाई है उसको कम कर दिया जाए. So the rich peasant communities in the countryside, like the Patidars of Gujarat and the Jats of Uttar Pradesh, they were very active in the movement, and they were being producers of commercial crops. sorry, they were very hard hit by the trade depression and falling prices. So as the cash income disappeared, they found it impossible to pay the government's revenue demand. And the refusal of the government to reduce the revenue demand led to widespread resentment, children. So these rich peasants, they were supporters of civil disobedience movement, second mass movement of Gandhiji. They were organizing their communities. At times they were forcing reluctant members to participate in the boycott programs. For them, the fight for Swaraj was a struggle against हाई रेवेन्यूज. मतलब रिच पीसन कम्युनिटीज ने गांधी जी के मूवमेंट को इसलिए ज्वाइन किया था क्योंकि जो हाई रेवेन्यू वो पे कर रहे थे वो चाहते थे उसको कम कर दिया जाए. So rich peasant communities, they fight for Swaraj. It was a struggle against high revenues. But they were deeply disappointed when the movement was called off in 1931 without the revenue rates being revised. So when the movement was restarted in 1932 by Gandhiji, and many of them, they refused to participate in this movement, children. So we are discussing about the different social groups that participated in the civil disobedience movement and what did Swaraj mean to them. So first, rich peasant communities. Rich peasant communities, they were very active in the movement, children, and they were producers of commercial crops. They were hard hit by the trade depression and falling prices. As the income was disappearing, it was dwindling day by day. So it was difficult for them to pay the government's revenue. So they decided to join the Gandhiji's second mass movement, that was the civil disobedience movement. And for them, children, the fight for Swaraj, it was a struggle against high revenues. But they were deeply disappointed when the movement was called off in 1931. So when Gandhiji relaunched this movement in 1932, children, many of them, they refused to participate in the second mass movement, and that was civil disobedience movement, children. So first, rich peasant communities, what did Swaraj mean to them? That Swaraj means that the revenue rate should be revised. It should be decreased because they were hardly hit by the trade depression and falling prices, children. Now the second group who decided to join Gandhiji's second mass movement were poor peasant children, Garib Kisan. The poor peasantry were not just interested in the lowering of the revenue demand. Many of them were small tenants cultivating land they had rented from landlords. As the depression continued and cash incomes dwindled, the small tenants found it difficult to pay their rent. So they wanted the unpaid rent to the landlord to be remitted. They joined a variety of radical movements, often led by socialists and communists, and they were apprehensive of raising issues that might upset the rich peasants and landlords. The Congress was unwilling to support no rent campaigns in most places. So the relationship between the poor peasants and the Congress remained uncertain. First, rich peasant communities, they decided to join the second mass movement, which was started by Gandhiji, because they wanted that revenue rate should be revised. It should be decreased because they were hardly hit by the trade depression and the falling prices, children. Poor peasants, the second group, and they joined the second mass movement, which was started by Gandhiji. इनका ये था, ज़्यादातर जो peasants थे, they were landless, and they were working on the lands of landlords and they have to pay rent to the landlords and they have to pay revenue also. तो वो ये चाहते थे कि we have decided to join the movement. उनके लिए स्वराज का मतलब था कि हमसे कम रेंट तो न लिया जाए, हम रेवेन्यू थोड़ा देने के लिए तैयार है, पर हमारा रेंट जो है वो हमें माफ कर दिया जाए. So they decided to join this movement कि rent and revenue they both have to pay. Peasants, they have to pay both the rent as well as the revenue. तो वो ये चाहते थे that they should not pay the rent, they should only pay the revenue, children. But Congress was unwilling to support no rent campaigns in most places, क्योंकि उनको डर था कि ये लोग रिच लैंडलॉर्ड्स के खेतों में काम करते हैं, अगर हम लोग नो रेंट कैंपेन्स का सपोर्ट करेंगे तो वो लोग हमसे नाराज हो जाएंगे. सो poor peasants, they were small tenants cultivating land they had rented from landlords. So as the depression continued, जैसे जैसे मंदी कंटिन्यू होती चली जा रही थी, their cash income was decreasing day by day. So it was very difficult to pay their rent as well as the revenue children. So they decided that they should not pay the rent. They wanted the unpaid rent to the landlords to be remitted. They joined a variety of radical movements, and often which was led by socialists and communist children, and raising issues that might upset the rich peasants and landlords. The Congress was unwilling to support no rent campaigns in most places. So the relationship between the poor peasants and the Congress remained uncertain. So we have seen two groups. First was rich peasant communities, वो चाहते थे उनका रेवेन्यू रेट कम हो जाए. पुअर पीजेंट्स कम्युनिटीज वो चाहते थे उनसे रेंट न लिया जाए, क्योंकि दे वे लैंडलेस एंड दे वे वर्किंग ऑन द लैंड्स ऑफ लैंडलॉर्ड्स चिल्ड्रन. तो वो ये चाहते थे कि किसी भी तरह से उनसे रेंट न लिया जाए. Now the third group, and that was the business class. How did they relate to the civil disobedience movement, and what were the meaning of Swaraj for them children? So during the First World War, Indian merchants and industrialists, they made huge profits and they become very powerful. So keen on expanding their business, they now reacted against colonial policies that restricted business activities. They wanted protection against imports of foreign goods and a rupee sterling foreign exchange ratio that would discourage imports. To organize business interests, they formed the Indian Industrial and Commercial Congress in 1920 and the Federation of the Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industries, FICCI, Federation of the Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industries, in 1927. Led by prominent industrialists like Purushottam Das Thakur Das and G.D. Birla, the industrialists attacked colonial control over the Indian economy and supported the civil disobedience movement when it was first launched. They gave financial assistance and refused to buy or sell imported goods. So most businessmen, they came to see Swaraj as a time when colonial restrictions on business would no longer exist and trade and industry would flourish without constraints. But after the failure of the Second Roundtable Conference, children, business groups were no longer uniformly enthusiastic and they were apprehensive they were apprehensive of the spread of militant activities and worried about prolonged disruption of business as well as of the growing influence of socialism amongst the younger members of the Congress. So the third group, that was a business class children, they decided to join the second mass movement which was started by Gandhiji. And what did the word Swaraj mean to them? वो ये चाहते थे कि the goods which are coming from Britain, उन पे टैरिफ लगा दिया जाए, उन पे टैक्सेस लगा दिया जाए, जिससे वो इतनी एक्सपेंसिव हो जाए कि वो यहाँ पे ना बिके और उनको पूरा अपना बिजनेस फ्लरिश करने का मौका मिल जाए. तो उनका ये मतलब था स्वराज. According to them, most businessmen, they came to see Swaraj when colonial restrictions on business would no longer exist and trade and industry would flourish without any constraints. और उनका ट्रेड एंड इंडस्ट्री जो है बिना किसी रुकावट के, बिना किसी हर्डल के वो फ्लरिश करे. तो वो they were keen on expanding their business and they were against colonial policies that restricted business activities. So they wanted protection against imports of foreign goods. So business class, they decided to join the second mass movement, which was started by Gandhiji. And according to them, Swaraj was that Swaraj mean to them that they could flourish, they could flourish their trade and industry without any hurdle, without any constraints to it. And they were keen on expanding their business, and they now reacted against colonial policies that restricted business activities to it. Okay. And they wanted protection against imports of foreign goods and a rupee sterling foreign exchange ratio that would discourage imports to it. So, to organize business interests, they formed the Indian Industrial and Commercial Congress in 1920 and the Federation of the Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industries in 1927. And some prominent industrialists were Purushottam Thakurdas and G.D. Birla. The industrialists, they attacked colonial control over the Indian economy, and they supported the civil disobedience movement when it was first launched, children, and they refused to buy or sell imported goods. So most businessmen, they came to see Swaraj that when colonial restrictions on business would no longer exist and trade and industry would flourish without any hurdle, without any constraints to it. Okay. So the fourth group, that the working workers children. First was rich peasant communities, the second was poor peasantries, third was business class, and the fourth was workers children, the working class. Let me tell you one thing, children. The industrial working class did not participate in the civil disobedience movement in large numbers, except in the Nagpur region. As the industrialists came closer to the Congress, workers, they stayed aloof. But in spite of that, some workers did participate in the civil disobedience movement, selectively adopting some of the ideas of the Gandhian program, like boycott of foreign goods, as part of their own movements against low wages and poor working conditions. There were strikes by railway workers in 1930 and dock workers in 1932. In 1930, thousands of workers in Chota Nagpur and tin mines wore Gandhi caps and participated in protest rallies and boycott campaigns. But the Congress was reluctant to include workers' demand as part of its program of struggle, children. It felt that this would alienate industrialists and divide the anti-imperial forces. So the fourth group, that was the working class children, do you remember that? They did not participate in the civil disobedience movement, which was started by Gandhiji in large numbers. Except in the Nagpur region, children, they participated in the civil disobedience movement. So most of the workers, they stayed aloof from this movement, children. Actually, उनको ये लग रहा था because many business class, many industrialists, they were sponsoring this movement. That was civil disobedience movement. उनको ये लग रहा था कि अगर गांधी जी को बिजनेस क्लास मदद कर रहा है तो फिर हम कैसे कहेंगे कि हमारे वेजेस बढ़ा दिया जाए, हमारे वर्किंग आवर्स कम कर दिया जाए. तो उनके लिए मुश्किल हो जाएगा, गांधी जी के लिए ये मुश्किल हो जाएगा कि उनके ऊपर प्रेशर डाल सकें, क्योंकि दे वर सपोर्टिंग गांधी जी मूवमेंट चिल्ड्रन. सो ज़्यादातर वर्कर्स दे डिसाइडेड टू रिमेन अलूफ कि ठीक है हम एक अलूफ रहेंगे सिविल डिसोबीडियंस मूवमेंट से. लेकिन कुछ लोगों ने, कुछ नागपुर रीजन के कुछ वर्कर्स ने पार्टिसिपेट किया था इस मूवमेंट में, एंड उन लोगों ने गांधी जी के जो प्रोग्राम थे उसको ही आगे बढ़ाया था, जैसे बॉयकॉट ऑफ फॉरेन गुड्स. देन दे वर हैविंग देयर ओन मूवमेंट्स ऑफ लो वेजेस कि हमारे वेजेस को एनहांस कर देना चाहिए. दे वर टॉकिंग अबाउट पुअर वर्किंग कंडीशंस चिल्ड्रन, बट and they were participated in protest rallies and boycott campaigns. But the Congress was unwilling to include workers. मैंने बताया ना, क्योंकि वो सपोर्ट ले रही थी बिजनेस क्लास का, तो उनके लिए मुश्किल हो जाता कि ऐसा ना हो कि हम इनके लिए फाइट करना शुरू करेंगे तो वर्किंग क्लास हमें सपोर्ट नहीं करेगा, जो कि पैसे से भी और हर तरीके से इस मूवमेंट को सपोर्ट कर रहा था. सो द कांग्रेस वाज अनविलिंग टू इंक्लूड वर्कर्स डिमांड्स as part of its program of struggle. It felt that This would alienate industrialists and divide the anti-imperial forces. Clear children? So rich peasants उन्होंने ज्वाइन किया, वो चाहते थे कि उनका रेवेन्यू जो है वो कम कर दिया जाए. पुअर पीजेंट्स, उनको रेंट एंड रेवेन्यू दोनों पे करना पड़ता था, वो चाहते थे उनका उनसे रेंट न लिया जाए. बिजनेस क्लास, वो चाहते थे कि हमको अपने देश में अपने गुड्स बेचने के लिए पूरी आज़ादी मिले और किसी भी तरह का कोई कंस्ट्रेंट्स जो है हमें न झेलना पड़े. वर्कर्स ने डिसाइड किया कि हम लोग गांधी जी के मूवमेंट को सपोर्ट नहीं करेंगे, मतलब गांधी जी के मूवमेंट को ज्वाइन नहीं करेंगे, क्योंकि इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट जो है दे वर वेरी क्लोज टू दिस मूवमेंट, they came closer to the Congress. So the workers, they decided to remain aloof. They wanted to stay aloof. Okay, children. So the fourth, another important feature of civil disobedience movement was that large scale participation of women in this movement, children. बहुत सारी औरतों ने पहली बार इस मूवमेंट में हिस्सा लिया था. So another important feature of the civil disobedience movement was the large scale participation of women. So during Gandhiji's Salt March, thousands of women came out of their homes to listen to him, and they participated in protest marches, manufactured salt, and picketed foreign clothes and liquor shops. Many went to jail. In urban areas, these women were from high caste families. In rural areas, they came from rich peasant household children. So moved by Gandhiji's call, they began to see service to the nation as a sacred duty of women. Yet, this increased public role did not necessarily mean any radical change in the way the position of women was visualized. Gandhiji was convinced that it was a duty of women to look after home and hearth, be good mothers and good wives. And for a long time, the Congress was reluctant to allow women to hold any position of authority within the organization. It was keen only on their symbolic presence, children. You can see a picture on the screen. Women joined nationalist processions. So during the national movement, many women for the first time in their lives moved out of their homes onto a public arena. Amongst the marches, you can see many old women and mothers with children in their arms, children. So this was a very important feature of the civil disobedience movement, that large scale participation of women in this movement, children, in the civil disobedience movement. And during Gandhiji's Salt March, thousands of women, they came out of their homes, they listened to Gandhiji's speech, and they participated in protest marches, manufactured salt, and they picketed foreign clothes and liquor shops. And many women, they went to jail also. In urban areas, these women were from high caste families, and in rural areas, they came from rich peasant household children. And they were moved by Gandhiji's call, और उनको ये लगता था it was a sacred duty to join the movement, children. But Gandhiji and other Congress leaders, उनको ये लग रहा था कि औरतों को घर में रह करके अच्छी मदर, अच्छी वाइफ्स बनना चाहिए, वो घर में रह करके घर को संभाले, एंड अपने हस्बैंड, फादर, ब्रदर, इनको जो है वो बाहर निकाले. पब्लिक लाइफ में ये बाहर आकर के उनको ज़रूरी नहीं है ये सब काम करने का, वो घर से रह करके भी सपोर्ट कर सकती हैं. सो फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम द कांग्रेस वाज रिलेक्टेड, दे वर अनविलिंग चिल्ड्रन to allow women to hold any position of authority within the organization. It was keen only on their symbolic presence, children. You can see some important dates. 1918 and 19, distressed UP peasants organized by Baba Ramchand. Do you remember that Awadh peasants? And the leader was Baba Ramchand, children. Then April 1990, children, Gandhian Hartal against Rowlatt Act. Then Jallianwala Bagh massacre, children. Jallianwala Bagh incident took place in the year 1919. And Rowlatt Act, do you remember that? It was known as Black Act by Gandhiji, and they decided to protest against this Rowlatt Act. They wanted that they wanted to put force on the government that the government should withdraw this act. Then January 1921, non-cooperation and Khilafat movement was launched, children. And you know that different motives of non-cooperation movement and non-cooperation movement, the different, how was this movement unfold, what were the different stages and phases of this movement, children. Then in February 1922, Chauri Chaura incident took place, that on 5th February 1922, 22 police officers were burnt alive by the followers of Gandhiji. So Gandhiji, sorry, so Gandhiji withdraws non-cooperation movement, children. Then May 1924, Alluri Sitaram Raju. He was arrested, ending a 2-year armed tribal struggle, children. Do you remember that? Alluri Sitaram Raju, he was a leader of the tribal peasants, isn't it? And the meaning of Swaraj for them was that they should be given freedom to enter the forest areas, and they could collect forest products and graze their animals, children. December 1929, Lahore Congress adopts the demand for Purna Swaraj. Yes, children, do you remember that? Jawaharlal Nehru was a president at the time of Lahore Congress, children, and the main objective, the main motive was, now the aim was shifted from Swaraj to Purna Swaraj. Swaraj means self-government but under British Empire, and Purna Swaraj means complete freedom from the British rule, children. Then 1930, Ambedkar established Depressed Classes Association, which we are going to study in the next class, children. Then March 1930, Gandhiji begins civil disobedience movement by breaking salt law at Dandi. Then March 1931, Gandhiji ends civil disobedience movement, and a pact was signed between Gandhiji and Lord Irwin, which was known as Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Then December 1931, second roundtable conference, and Gandhiji went to attend the second roundtable conference in London, children. And 1932, civil disobedience movement was relaunched. So when Gandhiji went to attend the second roundtable conference in London, he decided to withdraw. He decided to suspend the civil disobedience movement. But when he came back from London, children, in 1932, he decided to restart the civil disobedience movement, children. Okay, so read the chapter thoroughly, children, and I'll be giving some question answers also. Okay, stay home, stay safe.